Morning everybody. While the flag over there may show some resemblance to the Texas state flag, today we're actually thousands of miles away from our home base. As a matter of fact, we're not even in the same hemisphere. Today's my last day in Chile. I just checked out of my hotel and we need to get to the airport right now. It's so windy today. I'm not even sure if you could hear me. It's definitely gonna rain very soon. You know, ordinarily this wouldn't be that big of a deal because it's only about a 24-mile walk. But this weather here is making me second guess my decision. Everybody else is wearing winter jacket except me. What's funny is the weather for the last few days has been amazing, like truly amazing weather. But like today, the temperature dropped by like 7 degrees. If it starts like raining hard, we might actually need to find a way to take a bus or take the subway or something like that. The public transit here in Santiago is actually pretty mature in comparison to other Latin countries. Got the good old Burger King here and KFC across the street. That is not the same Vivo you're thinking about. Fuck, it's definitely started to rain. We're actually not in a hurry to get to the airport right away because we won't be boarding our flight until midnight, but I do want to get there before the sun goes down. Well, there's no sun today, but you know what I mean. We've been out for about an hour now, so another 4.5 hours to go. Hey, they got a double-decker bus. 这是送孩子去幼儿园吗？果然是幼儿园。大中午的为什么这么多家长？难道是来接孩子的吗？放学这么早？貌似我们现在逐渐走出商业区了。You know, like Chileans are oddly obedient when it comes to traffic lights. Even when there are no cars around, they still wait for the traffic light to turn. 这些铝合金的窗户和我老家的那种长得很像啊。All right, Google is telling us to cross the street here. Hey, here's a park. Fuck, it's so windy. I guess we can take a breather here. I swear to God, the weather was so much better the last few days. Today is just like atrocious. I guess we shouldn't be that surprised because like winter was just over less than a month ago. I do wish I brought a jacket though. All right, let's get moving. Like sitting still just makes you feel even colder. Okay, definitely fewer and fewer people on the street now that we're no longer in city center.我靠，难道是智利版的张学友吗？乍一看给我看傻了都。Oh no, the rain is actually picking up speed now. Fuck. That homeless person has an umbrella. That's more than what I have right now. You know, I've seen a few homeless people here and there, but so far it hasn't been that jarring. Maybe we just haven't run into an encampment yet. I don't know. Yeah, we're so fucked. There aren't even any shelters nearby that we could use to wait out the rain. I guess we just have to soldier through. It's not gonna be pleasant. 那个大妈捡木头是要烧火用吗？木头都湿了。The good news is we're only 4 hours away from the airport. I think as long as the rain stays as a drizzle, like it is right now, we're gonna be fine. Okay, I'm seeing more homeless people around this area now. Holy shit, that guy is picking up a mattress. What the fuck? I think that guy lives across the street and he just came over to borrow a mattress from this guy. That's a good neighbor, I must say. 这个让我想起那个叫什么来着？ Google keeps telling me to zigzag like this for no reason. Fuck. I just slipped. Motherfucker. The bleeding is not stopping. We're definitely not off to a good start. I think we're in the downtown area now. There's definitely a noticeable difference between the area we were in like an hour and a half ago and here. You know what I want right now? Like a pair of gloves. My hands are freezing. Also, a band-aid would be very helpful. You know, the problem is I don't have any like paper towel or like anything I could use as a band-aid to stop the bleeding. Fuck, my hands are numb, it's so cold. Okay, all I can find is this eye mask. Let's see if we can do anything with this. Fuck. Okay, now we have this like scratchy rubber bandy thing. Okay, I think that kind of worked. I'm absolutely soaked right now from head to toe. What really sucks is that I can put on a new shirt once we get to the airport, but I don't have another pair of pants or shoes to change into. I have no idea where we are right now. I haven't seen another person in 10 minutes. It's closed off. So how do I get from this side to the other side then? It's not like we can ask anyone for direction. Okay, I found a way out. I think that was a park. It was absolutely huge. You know, since I haven't done any long walks like this in quite a while, my legs are starting to feel the burn. Hey, look what I found. It's fucking Walmart, everybody. Hey, we got less than 3 hours to go. Fuck yeah. Yesterday I was actually worried today was going to be too hot to be walking 24 kilometers. I gotta be honest, my feet are hurting right now, and there's no sign of the rain stopping anytime soon. Just have to keep going. Some more bad news. It seems like the bleeding on my finger did not stop. I am literally the only person walking on the street right now. 这附近好像是个工业区之类的，两边的店铺不是五金就是汽修。As much as I would love to take a break right now, we really can't because walking continuously like this is actually what's providing the extra little body heat we desperately need. I don't know exactly what the temperature is right now, but in the rain, it feels like mid-40s. Hey, look at that. 金兰百货. Only 2 hours to go. We're getting close. You know what I find fascinating? We haven't made a single turn in the last 2 hours or so. We've just been walking straight on the sidewalk. Once you're out of the metro area, it's literally just like a straight line to the airport. Alright, we just walked past the sketchiest part of town we've seen thus far. It's definitely advised to keep a low profile while you're walking past that area. I so desperately want something hot to drink or eat, but I don't have any cash on me, and I doubt these like mom and pop shops on the side of the road will take credit cards. I want to check something real quick. So my backpack is not waterproof, so I was getting a little worried that if we keep walking in the rain, my laptop, my passport are all gonna get soaked. But they were fine for the most part. I think since we only have about 90 minutes left, we should be okay. The rain has kind of died down a little bit, which is good, but it's still cold as fuck. I have another shirt in my bag right now I can put on to keep myself a little bit warmer, but I don't want to do that because I want to be able to have something dry to change into once we get to the airport. 我看这边路上有不少国产车，看来这边市场推广的还可以啊。You know what I noticed? There's so many people who fly a flag in front of their balcony. It's kind of amazing. On my way here to Chile, I watched this movie on a plane called The Meg. one of the worst fucking movies I've ever watched in my life. It seems to be like a joint production between a US company and a Chinese company, because there was like this Chinese actress who I didn't recognize. I don't know who she was, but she played like a pretty major role in the movie. But the plot just like fucking sucked. If I had to describe it, it's like a really bad Jurassic World movie, but without any dinosaurs. The scenery has definitely changed a lot. Before you can see like storefronts on the side of the road, but here it's just like all industrial parks and warehouses. They look like tiny sea urchins. The rain has completely stopped. All right, 1 more hour to go. We're in the home stretch. You know you're close to the airport when you can see planes taking off. What I'm not 100% sure is whether this sidewalk is gonna lead us directly into the airport or is gonna end somewhere. You know, interestingly, after walking for 4.5 hours, my legs and my joints are holding up relatively well. But my feet, on the other hand, they're so ready to give up. Somebody just stopped me. They thought I was lost. Ideally, we should have gone that way because the airport is right over there. So we should have gone straight. But the sidewalk ended right over there. So now we have to take a detour to get to the airport. How tragic would it be if after having walked all the way here, it turned out you can't really get into the airport on foot. Hey, the sun is almost out. Hopefully that will help dry up my jeans a little bit. 哎，你们看到对面那个楼了吗？上面写的 Taiping Group。我本以为是太平集团，但仔细一看，还不是，是台平集团。Fucking hell, this detour literally added about 25 minutes to the trip. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the mountains in the distance are absolutely beautiful. You can see the white snow at the peak. Okay, we're finally back down to 1 hour again. Do you guys see that? B3, B2, B1? Are those gates? If they are, then we are really close. Okay, we ran into a bit of a problem here because this two-way highway is the only way you can get in and out of the airport. And as you can see here, there are no fucking sidewalks. We may actually need to call an Uber to get into the airport. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. We're just gonna walk on the highway and try not to get killed. The cars that drive past me must be so confused. I can see the airport with my own eyes. We're so close. Since we're like walking against traffic, we're actually gonna go to arrival first. Okay, only 15 minutes left. We're almost there. There's a chair over here. I don't know why. You know what? The sun did help dry up my jeans a little bit, although my shoes are still completely wet. This is definitely one of the coolest airports I've ever been to in terms of natural scenery. Like the mountains over there are just so amazing. You know what? All in all, despite the terrible weather, this wasn't half bad. Yes, we did it. Oh. The bleeding stopped, which is good. All in all, I think we walked probably 26, 27 kilometers in about a little over 6 hours. All right, let's go get our boarding pass and then we can get something to eat. Actually, we can't get our boarding pass yet, it's too early. Shit, even the shirts in my bag are soaking wet. Lomo sacado.
Perfecto.
它这个说起来有点像山楂汁儿，非常好喝。 这个炒牛肉呢是一道秘鲁的名菜，大概19世纪末期吧，有一大批中国人移民到秘鲁，然后发明了这道菜。时而久之呢，也受到就是当地秘鲁人民的喜爱。这个吃起来有点像美式的中餐，但也不完全一样。Finally got past security. It took me like almost an hour to get my boarding pass, just like fucking insane. I'm telling you, this is not an efficient airport, so definitely come in early if you can. So this time I just came here for a few days. You know, it would have been nice to be able to stay a little bit longer than this, but I do have something else going on back home. If you ask me about my first impression of Santiago, I would say it's a decent place. I would consider living here. A lot of natural beauty here. Ski slopes, if you're into that. What else? Oh, wineries, which I don't really care for because I think wine tastes disgusting. Although the food here is very mediocre, I'm just being honest. If you're into seafood in particular, you would be able to get some fresh, high quality seafood for, I'm not gonna say cheap, but reasonable price. So today we walked about, I would say 27 kilometers in the span of a little over 6 hours. My feet are definitely aching right now, but it's not too bad. I do have to admit that we did walk by some really sketchy neighborhoods on our way here, but overall I feel pretty safe. The reason, you know, I feel comfortable doing this is because Santiago is reasonably safe in the context of Latam. I definitely wouldn't have done this in like Medellin or Sao Paulo. Those cities are just like way more dangerous. That being said, safe is really a subjective measurement, so what feels safe to me may not feel safe to you. But overall, if you want to visit a Latam country that's relatively safe, has a decent public transit system, and all for a reasonable price, I would say definitely put Chile at the top of your list. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you guys the most shocking discovery of all. During my stay, every single restaurant that I went to had diet ginger ale, which I had never seen before. Not in the US, not in any other country. The very first restaurant I went to, you know, I just asked for Coke Zero because I was under the assumption that that's all they had, which is pretty common in most countries. But then I saw this guy sitting next to me drinking like a diet ginger ale out of a can, like a Canada Dry can. I didn't even recognize it at first because they have a very different design than what we have in the US. Anyway, all I'm saying is, like, if you go to a Chilean restaurant, ask for options. Oh, lastly, definitely bring an adapter with you. They don't use US plug. My dumbass totally forgot.